Whitney Houston and the fabulous Run to You from the 1992 film The Bodyguard, music and lyrics Judd Friedman and Alan Rich. And before that we heard Rachel York and Lost and Found from the original Broadway cast recording of Cy Coleman and my pal David Zippel's City of Angels. And, well, with that, that is it for this week. Johnny is up next with Sounds of the 70s. And it just leaves me to thank my producer, Jessica Rickson. And I will see you again next Sunday with more show tunes, more movie songs, and a look at who won what at tonight's Tonys. Have a great week.
This is Radio 2
on BBC Sounds
and on your smart speaker.
Play BBC Radio 2.
BBC News at 3 o'clock. This is Matthew Carter. In the last hour, police investigating Scottish National Party funding and finances have arrested the former First Minister Nicola Sturgeon. She's being questioned by detectives as part of an ongoing investigation. Our correspondent Jamie McIver is following developments.
Now, Nicola Sturgeon is the third senior person in the SNP to be arrested and questioned by detectives within recent weeks. You'll remember that the party's chief executive, Nicola Sturgeon's husband, former chief executive I should say, and her husband Peter Murrell was arrested and questioned a few weeks ago, followed 2 weeks later by the party's former treasurer Colin Beattie. They were spoken to for several hours by detectives and later released without charge.
6 boys and 2 girls aged between 15 and 17 have been arrested in Bath on suspicion of murder after a 16-year-old boy was fatally stabbed yesterday. A 35-year-old woman was also stabbed and has received hospital treatment. The Cabinet Minister Grant Shapps has rejected accusations from Boris Johnson that the former Prime Minister has been subjected to a witch hunt over a parliamentary committee's investigation into gatherings at Downing Street during COVID lockdowns. Mr Johnson, who'd been facing possible suspension, quit as an MP on Friday, triggering the first of 3 by-elections by Conservatives. The former head of the civil service, Lord O'Donnell, says safeguards to protect standards in the parliamentary system have worked.
We've had a situation where we've had a Prime Minister who hasn't behaved well, but the system can cope with people that don't abide by the rules because the checks and balances, namely in this case Tory MPs, a parliamentary committee with a Tory majority and Parliament with a Tory majority, have actually said, delivered what's important for good government.
A search is continuing for 3 British tourists who are missing after their boat caught fire near the Egyptian Red Sea resort of Marsa Alam. 12 other British tourists were rescued. David Normington, who owns a dive business in Stoke-on-Trent,